we have completed. Now I have done with the value set values definition. Now my chart of accounts is ready. Okay, now I can go ahead and define our ledger definition. What is the use of ledger and what is the definition of ledger?
See, whichever the chart four C's we have defined, like chart of accounts, calendar, and currencies, that we are going to add those all four C's into our ledger,
No,
basically.
no,
Of course,
no.
sorry,
See, we are gonna create the ledger by using that forces. But
correct.
what is the definition of ledger? It's my question.
Ledger is using for our transaction, basically, that is bookkeeping purpose. Like how, which are the transactions is that has to be gone through the ledger only, whether it's payables, receivables, every transaction. So that is for the
Yes.
bookkeeping purpose.
Yeah. So basically, yes, ledger basically, guys, I mean, I am expecting all the participants to be speak up. Okay. So yeah. So here the ledger definition is whatever you said, correct. The main purpose of ledger is to record our day-to-day transactions, which are happen in your businesses. Okay. So by that, we are gonna generate the reports. Ledger is, you can call it as the heart of the application. Even if you create subledger, AP, AR, fixed assets, cash management, everything, end of the day, everything, every transaction flow, which is gonna come and sit in your ledger only. By that ledger, using the ledger, the reports can be generated, okay, to know the financial situation of that particular organization. Total, how many sales are there, how many purchases are there, what are the total assets. By having all this information fetched to your general ledger application, from there reports can be generated. By seeing that generate reports based on the criteria, they are going to define that. Once you define, you will get to know what is happening with the organization. Organization is going in a, in a financially, they are going to track that. Of course, financials we are tracking just to track total financial information, right? To know the financial information of the organization. Okay. Everything can be recorded in your ledger only. Okay. So now let's go ahead and define your primary ledger. Now I have completed all the configuration which I can able to complete the ledger definition, which the parameters which I can use as part of ledger definition. Everything is ready now. Let's go ahead and define your ledger. How to do that? Go to your manage primary ledger. Just say click on it. The moment once you click on it, of course, here you can see lot many ledgers which are available. Ignore about that. But in real time, the ledgers which are available in the system, those can be fetched. Or else, whenever you do the fresh implementation, this can show as a empty. You can just go ahead and create your ledger. The moment once you click on the add button, you can see here, as I mentioned, 4 C's, right? Chart of accounts, accounting calendar, currency, and accounting method. These 4 are mandatory. We have completed this. We have completed this. We have completed this. Anyway, accounting method we are going to use as a standard accrual, which is already defined in the system by Oracle. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. What is the naming convention we are following? Same naming convention. You can update that. AUGN primary. You can update like as a USA primary lecture. In real time also, we are going to follow the same thing, guys. Naming convention, you can suggest, and end of the day, that can be decided by the client. Okay. And in case if they give direct naming convention, just go ahead and follow that. The chart of accounts. So AUGN. See, if I don't follow one naming convention, what chart of accounts naming convention I used? What is the naming convention used for accounting calendar? It's very tough for me to search that. Always follow one naming convention. It will be save your time and it will be helpful to complete the configuration quickly. AUGN, okay, and the currency. If you disable that USD currency from the managed currencies, that won't be available here. We have enabled that, and it's all these currencies which are available here. Anyway, we are going to define for US. Accounting method, these are all the standard accounting methods which are available in the system. This is something related to China. This is something related to accrual. This is something related to US federal. Okay, standard accrual would be the generic one which we need to consider. Okay, just say standard. Here, nothing to define anything extra here. Just these are all the things which we need to complete as part of your ledger definition. Here it's very simple. If you see the configuration, you feel that it's very simple. But whatever which are defined, everything, the data can be fetched based on this area. Okay?
Oh,
This is,
sorry, just a second.
yeah, please.
In terms of the accounting method,
Mhm.
it is normally suggested that still you have the accounting method is the standard accrual only, but you have to define your own accounting method. You cannot use the standard accounting method in ABS I'm talking about. The reason behind that, currently it's made possible the company have a requirement to not change the SLA, but in future they might have a requirement to change the SLA according to the requirement. So, that's the reason it's always adjustable to the customized accounting method. So same rule is not applicable over here.
See, so the SLA, whenever you define any SLA, okay, so here, I mean, as part of our training, we are gonna see by using the standard accounting method, correct? But when it coming to real time, in case if they wanted to, in case if they wanted to implement any SLA, any related, even either for AP, AR, any SLA, in case they wanted to implement that, we are gonna modify we are gonna create our own custom accounting method, and we are gonna map that account method to your ledger definition from the specified ledger option. Okay, we'll see that how to, in case
Correct.
future, yeah, in case
Correct.
future,
Correct.
okay.
Even if you cannot change the SLA,
Hmm.
I won't expect you to, create the SLA. Just tell us where to create the accounting method. That suffices our purpose.
Okay, sure. We'll discuss that. Okay. So now here as ledger definition is completed, correct? So if if you see the configuration, you feel very, it's very simple process, but this is gonna be very, very important to track all your company information. But there are a lot many dependencies on other areas, configuration and all. Okay. Now let's come to specify ledger options. Okay, here, let me come back here. Sorry. Cancel it. Specify ledger options. So here you can see the scope. Okay, let's just minimize this. Here, specify ledger options. Which ledger against you wanted to define your specify ledger options, where you can either go ahead and select from here, select and add. If in case you want to define any new ledger, yes, you can go ahead. You can create ledger from manage primary ledger options as well as from here also. Okay, let's come here and just say select and add. What ledger you wanted to? In case AU, just search with
AUG over ledger is then correct. AUG
just
US primary ledger.
just select that, just say save and close
Save
it.
and close.
The moment once you save and close it, it's gonna be available here. See, accounting method, as you mentioned, right? This is a editable field. In case if you define any ledger, like any customization accounting method, correct? So you can come here and that will be available here. You can go ahead and map that. So in standard functionality wise, standard accrual, whatever the features which are there, that remains going to be same. Only the change which you wanted to define, you can go ahead and define, and that particular event you are going to modify, you can update that, and remaining other, for example, there are 20,000 events are there, just assume that. Only one event you are modifying, accounts payable related, liability account should be picked from so and so area. In that case, you can implement that. You can delete the existing event and you can update the event which you configured, and you can come here and you can map that accounting method. You can give your own naming convention how to do that and all. That is part of your SLA, that is subledger accounting. Okay. Is that clear now?
Yeah,
Way
yeah.
to, yeah. Here you can select the language called as English. So,
English or US English, something like that.
let's come and search it.
So the US English, something like that, if I'm not remember.
One
US,
second. One
yeah.
second.
Yeah,
American
American
English. American
Yeah,
English. So
American
here,
English or British English, yeah.
yeah. So this is the area we are gonna come many times. Okay, how to enable the journals and how to enable the suspense. What is the rounding difference account and all here in case if you wanted to perform any reconciliation and if you wanted to perform any general reversal criteria set, you can come here and you need to enable that. In case any intercompany related, you can come here and all. Okay. So time being, just whatever which is mandatory, we are gonna update that. So return earnings account, which is mandatory, here we are gonna update that. See, the
So
moment
before coming over here, the return earning account needs to be defined. So that's the mandatory in account segment value, correct?
exactly correct. That's the reason why we have done that. See, how many segments which are showing here? Why showing 4 here?
Because we have defined 4 in our chart of account.
Exactly correct. Let's come here. You can come and select that. So whatever which is mandatory for that reason to showcase, have defined all that. Okay. Just say. Just say save it. Just say save and close it. So these are all the things which you need to complete as part of your specified ledger option. In case, whenever you do any activity, in case if something which is missed as a mandatory, system will not allow to move on. Okay, let's quickly complete this, guys. Okay, because I thought to complete this and Monday, I mean, I thought to explain the rapid process and all, but okay, anyway, no issues. So we are going in detail discussion and all, that's fine. So let's go ahead and complete other activities like legal address, legal entity, and these are all very straightforward activities. We're going to define that. So see, if I want to define our legal, for example, if I wanted to create legal entity or company, you can call it in our general terminology. So without having address, I cannot able to create our company registration, correct? So first, for that reason, you need to define address. Okay, you can go ahead and quickly define your address, that is manage legal address.
So we can go a little bit slow now. This speed is fine. I mean, we can extend 1 or 2 sessions. That's fine.
No, these are something which anyway we are gonna discuss about rapid process, right? So for that reason, just I wanted to convey here. Okay, so we'll try to, I mean, hardly it's gonna take 10 to 15 minutes, not more than that. Okay, so if you see country address, one is you can give what is address naming for naming convention following
AUGN.
AUGN address. Okay, just give some naming convention address one, give some address to whatever. Here already I shown you in geographical validation how to be validated and all. In case if I wanted to enter some text data, how should be allowed. So in geographical area, you need to just enable that. Then only it will be validation. You need to enable that. Then only the data validation can be happen. In case if you don't enable that, whatever the text you wanted to enter, you can go ahead and enter that. But that is not at all going to be recommended. Okay. Let's go ahead and search with your postal code. Let's search with any one of the number. There are some sequence number 5, 6 and all. You can see that. What happened? It's still patching. Okay. Okay. Let's take any one of the, but in real
This
time,
is just a
basically,
common address that we are taking. Yeah.
yeah. But in real time, you need to be very careful on all this information because that can be provided by the client. But here in training, we are taking some whatever we feel that. Okay. Well, next, legal entity. Okay. I will show you why the legal address and legal entity is interlinked. Let me show you. Manage legal entity. Manage legal entity. Guys, practice is the only one solution to understand the navigation better. Okay. Without doing a practice, navigation feel that bit, critical. But doing a practice, navigate many times, it will be easy for you. So here, manage legal entity. Here, if you select that, if you see, select and add. So here I wanted to create a legal entity. So let's say just select and add, just say apply and go to task icon. Just see here. Here, in case if you already define your legal entity, you can come here and you can just search with that. In our case, we have not defined legal entity. So just say create new. Okay, just say apply and go to task. The moment once you click on apply and you go to task icon, yet these many are the legal entries which are available here. But in case if you wanted to create a new, just say create new. Here, name, country, under which country you wanted to define that. As I mentioned, legal address which you have defined, correct?
United States.
Yeah, legal address which you define. This is a mandatory field. I cannot go ahead and select any one of the legal address which is available in the system. I wanted to show you from the scratch. So for that reason, I'm showing after defining that. Okay. So here legal address. Okay. You can give some, you can take any other legal address, but we are doing our own configuration for one country just as part of our discussions. So same way we are following that. Okay. Let's give a naming convention AUGN, right? Legal entity, or you can give a AUGN USA legal entity. Okay, well, legal identifier, basically this can be given by local authorities and but let's take some number and start date, and here this is something which is not mandatory, and here payroll, this is something can be taken care by the payroll. Here legal employer, in case if you wanted to consider this as a legal employer, yes, you can enable that. And a place of registration, place, you can update that. EI10 PIN number, you guys are aware, right? In India, we'll follow the TIN number. Every organization, they maintain one TIN number for once they register. Let's give some number, whatever the number. It's not restricted. You need to maintain this many numbers. It's not like that. And LRS, legal reporting unit registration number also, we can enter that. So as part of legal entity, you need to make sure the country and the name and the identifier and the legal address. And these are some mandatory fields you need to update. In place of registration, if you wanted to just update something, maybe you can update that. Just say save and close. So if you wanted to go ahead and search the legal entity, whatever which you created now, we can go ahead and search that. Earlier, we have used the create new option. Now, let me show you by querying the legal entity. Just say here, AUG. The naming convention is very, very important, guys. Okay. Just follow the same. If you update some other naming convention, you can come here.
So here we have attached our legal address to a legal entity, correct?
I'm sorry. Can you please come again?
Here we have attached our legal address to a legal entity. That's the reason legal address created first and then created the legal entity.
Correct. You are correct. Basically, for that reason, we are maintaining one sequence. Okay. And real time also, everything is going to be interlinked. For example, if I put a legal address here, does not make any sense, right? So rather having here, if I put it here, does not make any sense. So for that reason, not only for this particular module, all the modules are updated in a sequential manner. You need to consider, in case once you go for any interviews and all, you can, okay, can you tell me what are list of common configuration which you do for general ledger? Simple, you can go ahead and explain this. This will be helpful for your testing or practice, and this will be helpful for your any interview discussion, or this will be generic information which will know what is the sequence and all. Okay, well, now this is completed. Okay, this assigning legal entity to primary ledger, how to map that, and balance segment, how to map that, and how to complete your primary ledger definition hierarchy, everything these three topics we'll discuss maybe on Monday. Post that, we'll go ahead and start doing the activity through rapid process. Okay, is that clear, or any questions? So my expectation is, please be more proactive, all the participants. Well, Niletra is is good in, because he's already a real-time experience guy. It's good that he is already aware the process and also is involving better. Same way I'm expecting for all other participants. So particular topic wise, whenever we discuss, so if you raise more questions, so that we can discuss and we can clarify that. Okay, that way we can move on. So training would be in a very proactive manner, that will move on. Okay, it does not mean that, okay, I'm not pushing all you to raise a queries. In case if something you feel that it's a generic query, just raise that. It does not mean that raising the queries only the person is on. It's not like that. Okay, I understand some maybe someone may be new to the system, they may not be able to raise the queries immediately, maybe next day. That is also fine. Okay. Hoping that everyone is clear. Arya, Sirpon, Letra, Happy, Rao, Happy,
Yeah.
Upadhyay. Clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, I have just
Yeah.
one small question actually.
Mhm.
So let's say, for example, this is GL is going on. So
Mhm.
approximately today is 23rd actually, So when we are going to finish actually this particular module, GL module?
Targeting by next week.
Okay. So
Targeting by
somewhere
next.
around, okay. See why I'm asking, because after that I may go for the certification exam, along with that if I complete setups and all. So, that's the reasons I'm asking. So in that case, just can you just help me for little bit on certification case as well? How to book?
Certification exam, basically here there are some dumps should be there. Okay, I'm telling you, whatever the process which you are discussing, it's not at all gonna come any out of 50 questions, only one or two questions or maximum 5 questions will come from here.
Hmm.
Other things are not at all gonna come. There are some different dumps. I don't know why Varakil, doing that kind of practice. Okay, even we have given many times feedback. The questions are more not at all gonna be relevant to your regular practice.
Yeah, that I can
That,
understand.
yeah.
And even,
So,
yeah, fine, you can go ahead. I will tell you later. Yeah.
so until unless if you don't have a dumps from your organization, whatever the company which you are working for, you can ask them the dumps, whatever the dumps which they have, either 21, 22, and 23 dumps. So each dump may have 60 questions. If you prepare 60 into 3, 180 or 200 questions, so that you will be able to clear your assessment.
Yeah, yeah,
Otherwise, yeah. So do you
correct.
have a
I
dumps
got you.
dumps with you?
No, I don't have a dumps with me. Later on, see, I will take the dumps once I complete the, program. Because see, dumps, I can even give the exam based on dumps even now as well. But my practical thing is that let me, hands-on with the GL,
Mhm.
then with the dumps. So I have both the things available. Definitely, in the future, the hands-on only is available. This certification is only for the client purposes, not for the me, my
Oh,
purposes. This only
okay,
for the
okay.
client purposes.
Okay, so once you do the practice and also you can correlate the practice and how the dumps questions are there, so that it will be easy for you to understand
Correct,
better.
correct,
Yeah,
correct, correct.
yeah.
That's the logic.
Okay, definitely you can go ahead and do that. Not a problem. Any additional support and all, maybe we can discuss offline on that. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir. Sure, sure,
Okay.
sure. Thank you.
So yeah, hoping that by hoping that everyone is clear. By this, I wanted to conclude the session for today, and so utilize the time tomorrow and